Hello, 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 hello. Hi, guys. Hello, and welcome to this very special edition of Unpopular Opinions. Before we start, a few quick announcements. To all the people who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll tell you how the chat works. If you agree or disagree with anything, please write JMDLR. That stands for Jai Mata Di, Let's Rock. We don't do OP over here. Also, today we are going to be talking about Indian education, which is why I am dressed like this. Yeah, I know I look like an airplane pilot, but I decided, you know what, why not? Let's theme things up. This is a white shirt, but this is a school tie that I am wearing after 14 years. I used to be in the Blue House. If you are part of the Blue House, then please type Blue House JMTLR on the chat so I know that you guys are part of the Blue House. And I'm very sorry to say this, but red, white, and green, please get lost. That is an unpopular opinion. Actually, you know what? No, screw it. That's a popular opinion. Blue House always. Okay. On that silly little note, yeah, I have literally shaved, worn a white shirt and a uniform. That's how dedicated I am to this stream. I am so excited. This is going to be a very, very fun stream. Before we start, there will be moments where I will beg, and I am a Bhikhari, but I can't help it. That's how you get more people to watch the stream. So if you are here, please press the like button, smash it, dabado, slam your keyboard, mouse, whatever. I want the likes to go higher. I want to reach a big number today. I have a goal of 500. Ho jayega eventually after 1 hour. Small goal, but we will hit it. So press the like button. And ladies and gentlemen, at any point of time, please talk on the chat. I am reading the chat. Sometimes the conversation will get a little interesting. I won't be able to read the chat, but don't worry. I'm going to read every chat, every super chat. And please let us know your opinions, whether you agree or disagree with the topic. And we've got a very fun stream planned. Today is Indian education. So wherever you guys are, just clap wherever you are. Clap, and give it up for our class for today. First student, Aadar Malik. Aadar, present? Very good. Congratulations. Thank you for marking attendance. The second student, Neville Shah.
Present. Don't take away my attendance.
Why
so much stress. I was like, audio, video. Oh, this is not too much.
Why do I feel that you were going to say ma'am and then you stopped yourself halfway through? Because I saw
it's always that, na? Because your classroom teacher took attendance, and for the formative years, it was always like a ma'am.
Yeah.
So it was almost traditionally that, to a point where the joke always became if you always then later said good morning ma'am to a sir, he would be like, excuse me, or some shit like that, and they would get rando offended with that. So
did you ever say mom instead of ma'am and then feel utter embarrassment? You'd be like, good morning mom. Ah!
No. I wouldn't make that mistake.
For me, it was never that case. It was because mom and ma'am nahi hota tha. It was always mummy. So I was a mummy boy. I never said mom. It was always mummy boy.
Wait. You mean during attendance you said present mummy?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he said anything.
I just sat and thought that the teachers assumed that there was something wrong with the child. So I wouldn't really talk during attendance. I was a shy child. I wouldn't even say yes to my own attendance. It was too shy.
You said present in sign language, almost like other.
Yeah. Jai Mata Di, dosto.
Jai Mata Di, let's rock. Unpopular opinion, guys. Super unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I realized in retrospect, when you have Aadar and I on this thing, I don't think we should go into too much of religious territory. It doesn't go well.
I just want to say, guys, you need to like the stream so it gets slightly popular. I'm going to bring some phrases that we use in 442. Please smash that like button.
Smash it, yeah.
Yeah,
I realize I have two regular stream regulars. You are from 442, Aadar is from TIS, and you're from TIS. I realize I shouldn't have said that. It's going to be a fun one.
It's okay.
Okay, so today we are discussing Indian education. Here are some of the unpopular opinions that I have got about Indian education, and I'm going to read out the first one. Shall we start?
Sure.
Yes,
ma'am.
let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, mummy. Yes, mummy,
Yes,
let's
teacher.
go.
All right. The first opinion that we have is maths is actually fun.
In retrospect. So
No, even in spect, I felt that maths was fun. I didn't think that it required retrospect.
He's so
he's
proud of
just
the
doing it to
spectacle.
yeah. He's just doing it to annoy me. It's not even funny anymore. So yeah. No, like I think that but this is true, Sahil, for all the subjects that we had,
Yeah.
every subject in it, like if you were interested in the subject, I think that it's great and you would really like it. Like, just like studying about history now or whatever, right? Like maths is truly fun. I mean, I'm still scared of like multiplying 368 by 26, but I think that fear has been instilled into me. Like the other day, I remember I was at OML. This is obviously decades ago, but like Biswa was teaching me the concept of derivatives. Like integration and derivatives.
Correct.
So he was just explaining to me derivatives, and I was like, okay, if we all know that the integration is the direct opposite of a derivation. So what is the purpose of a derivation? And he was like, he explained it to me in such a basic, like, the foundation of it.
Yeah.
After that, the equation and everything else didn't matter. Like you've understood the base of what a derivative is and why do you need a dy by dx.
I don't get it, because if you need a dy by dx, then why is there no dx partil?
I'm going to be miserable on this stream, no? I'm going to be so miserable on this stream.
Sorry, I couldn't.
But I genuinely enjoyed. I agree. Like I understand what Neville means. When you think about it, when you were children, you hated it because people didn't explain it to you correctly. I feel I was having fun up till the point that I reached 12th standard, where the professor started laughing at me for asking questions. That's when I started hating maths. Up till that point, where my questions were getting answered, I was loving maths. जब तक मेरा tuition teacher अच्छा था, the moment I started depending on the professor in college and that other tuition classes, where you were considered dumb for not already knowing it when you entered the class, which is stupid.
See, again, from your perspective, I agree. Okay, I learned Vedic maths when I was in school, right? As to how to quickly multiply numbers, like when you like two-digit numbers and some addition and all that. That was fun because I could show off. Like, tell me, okay, like give me two numbers, I'll multiply them right now.
26 by 43.
Yeah, so it was fun. When I could do it, I thought I was like a mini Shakuntala Devi. But the problem is, during school, there would be so many times when I would be studying maths, and I would ask. See, the question is, why do you need it? Why do you need algebra? Why do I need trigonometry? Why do I need Pythagoras? How do you say
Pythagoras theorem?
Pythagoras. When am I going to use that in my life? Please explain.
Pythagoras theorem when you're cycling. Because like if you're cycling a trail, you need to know that the length of the hypotenuse is directly proportional to the other two sides ka square. No. But honestly, I think that's what it is. Like I have a nephew who goes to an international school, and Sal, don't laugh at that sentence. But I
have an auntie. I have an auntie who lives in America, so she has an international passport. So,
great.
Since
so I have a nephew who goes to an international school. What's really funny about that is that they've been given like you don't have to do all the sciences. You in the 6 subjects you have to do a humanities. There's no choice. You have to do a humanities. You only get to pick 3 science. So it's maths, something and something. That's it. You don't have to do P, C, M, B, F, Q, R, S, T, G, W, X, Y, Z. And what's great about that is that the parents who put their kid in freak out at the concept ki, what? Huh? He has to study civics and arts and like he has to do music, but he can't do chemistry and biology and physics and maths. They're like, no, because we need him or her to be fully well-rounded, and we need them to get every form and every piece, right? So that's how you sort of conceptual learning.
Okay, I went to an international school. I'll just tell you, I went to an international school after I finished my 10th standard. I did international bachelorate, and in that there was a course called beginners maths. Maths, like the first level, where literally
you
the
do
first
bachelor, right? Why would you do bachelorate?
Huh?
You would do a bachelor degree, no? Why would you do a bachelorate?
I said yeah, exactly. That's what I did. That's that.
And it's actually weird. Why are girls forced to get a bachelor of commerce? Actually, they should be getting a bachelorette of commerce. Why didn't my sister?
It is a baccalaureate, guys.
It is bachelorette, by the way.
Bachelor.
No one ever says bachelor. Back to.
It's a baccalaureate.
Baccalaureate.
Yes.
Okay. So see, now everybody's learned something on this life just because of my question. This is why I liked asking questions. And when the professor told me I was dumb,
we are also calling you dumb. Because your reason for asking the question, Aadar, was that it's not that you asked the question. It's what you said before that was, why do girls have to get a bachelor degree?
Yeah. And I'm like, I just kept quiet. I was waiting for Neville to just pour his anger over, because that doesn't, it literally didn't make sense. That argument, that question didn't even make sense.
Yeah, I still feel girls shouldn't be getting bachelor degrees. They should be graduating.
Nobody gets any bachelor degree.
No one ever. First, okay, there is nothing like for girls. You get like okay, congrats. You get an MSA, like a master, like spinster type degree for you. You know, like
that's
bachelor for the boys.
Wow, we've already. This is the problem. We are all products of the Indian education system. I just want to say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a clear-cut example of someone completely failing the education system.
Okay, so let's get back to track. So after your 10th, you decided to go to an international school.
Yeah, and we had beginners level maths, which was addition and subtraction and division. And that is maths I can understand. The part where you have, then we had this graphics calculator where you have to like do maps and extrapolate. And you know, those words, integer, BODMAS. Life mein, when are you using BODMAS?
When you're doing any actual... So I'm saying if you are going to get into the sciences for whatever it is, whether it's research or whatever, you need to understand the mathematical need. I'm terrible at maths, just so you know, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that you need to understand that you need to break down a number or calculations need to be done in this particular way, because that rule is what justifies a lot of calculation, a lot of things. Like if you get into, I don't know, like research for whatever, and you need to understand the value of something, you need to follow BODMAS. Like that should just be natural to you. But BODMAS is also something that if you did long enough, you would just go for it straight. You'd first solve the bracket, you then solve the multiplication, then the division. It also sort of made sense when you looked at an equation that it was easier to solve those things. So that's how sort of, I don't know, it just, that you would use all of these things if you were getting into that field specifically. Which is why I think that they taught you integers in 7th standard. That's pointless. Because you don't know if you want to do any science.
Yeah, so there should be an option, right? Where you can drop out. Like at 7th standard, I'm like, I don't want to study maths anymore. Or
so
I don't want to study
I know
this.
people who are not from Bombay who decided to drop maths by their 9th standard or something. They would drop maths. And
can't do that. This is Indian education system.
India. Aparna's done it.
Failing is not dropping maths.
She did her honors in economics, but she couldn't finish her PhD because she dropped her maths at some point during her formative schooling years. So
it could be 11th onwards.
I don't know what she left.
I don't think in school you can leave maths. It's not possible. I don't think so.
Kuch to bahut early she dropped it off. I don't know if like people who have done it here, they can
okay, chat. You know what? I'll quickly ask a consensus. Chat, if you got a chance to leave maths, would you take it? Okay, please tell me yes or no in the chat. I'm just reading your chats. Meanwhile, if we are continuing the discussion of maths, I would just like to say that in school, I agree. Some parts were fun, but if I had a chance to leave it, I would have left it. I would have left it after the 8th.
So would I.
I would not have left it. I would definitely not have left maths because of the sheer simplicity. Once you got it right, it used to be like boom, it's straight up. Like if you don't know an answer, agar teko 5 mark nahi aata hai, that means teko khali 70 out of 75 aayega. That was the beauty of algebra and geometry.
Damn, the amount of people saying they won't drop maths, I am thinking that, wow, maths was actually really fun for a lot of people.
It is a lot of fun for a lot. There's a reason that I decided to take science, because the schooling system made me think that I was good at maths, and by virtue, I thought that I was good at physics. That is not the
I'm a
case.
physics. I took physics. I'm a physics grad.
No, I hated physics actually, and it was because of the professor. I liked chemistry because my chemistry professor was good. I liked maths. Maths professor was good. Physics guy ruined my life. So I think the teachers also have to be brought into question here.
Yeah, that is the topic that we will be discussing. Okay, so we've reached a common consensus that maths is actually fun. Yeah,
It's great.
it's fun if you know what you're doing and you're enjoying it. Great.
Yeah.
Now, if we are mentioning maths, I have to move to the next topic. The next topic is a topic which a lot of people said that should. Okay, tell me, guys, if you think maths was fun, is this topic fun? History should not be taught at all.
I have an entire 17-minute set on this. But I just want to say that I think history is very important. I think that it should be taught. I don't like the way it is taught. Like the way history is taught is stupid, because we don't give you context. We just give you fact. And that's not history.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, I don't care when Babur entered India and if he entered India also, and what he did at what date, when was the Battle of Panipat, how is it going to impact my life? How?
Yeah.
How?
It is, I really feel that history should not be taught, because you should be encouraged to search for the history yourself. Because if you haven't, then all the history that you're learning is basically this George Orwell horrible version of what you're being taught. Because I honestly don't know, okay, the Battle of Panipat, like I have to go and I should do my own research, because what's in the textbook right now is probably not accurate.
Yeah, because
a textbook that is from my country is very different from a textbook that could be from a neighboring country describing the same exact event.
The Battle of Panipat was fought in 1850, whatever the year is, 1758. But in the middle of the battle was stopped because a man with a 56-inch chest interrupted and said, "Mitro, ab jhagda band karo." And that's it. Chapter done. History.
I'm so happy this is not our YouTube channel.
Like history was...
But Japan, a Japanese textbook about World War II would be so different from what we are taught here right now.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's, so here's my thing. I don't think it is just that, right? I think that if you don't put history in context, it means nothing. So to answer your question as to why does it matter that Babur came here for, why did Babur invade India, or why did this happen, or why did that happen? I think it's important for you to be able to understand where we came from. It helps you understand, it helps you in linguistics, like how the Urdu vernacular entered into the Hindi vernacular to make Hindustani. It helps you when it comes to food to understand that, okay, we were just a potato and chilies nation. And then we decided, okay, fine, we will put a thing. Biryani did not have potato in it till it came here. So there's a lot of context that gets built when you realize that, okay, this was the journey. And if you remember that, okay, in roughly around the 16th century, this happened, you can put a lot of other things into context. I mean, so it's important for you to understand. It helps you.
This is recorded history. Like with biryani, I just looked this up. Biryani, ilaichi didn't come into biryani until there was a king. There was one of the rulers who had horrible breath. And they decided to put in the ilaichi in the biryani so that he doesn't smell as bad. That's how the ilaichi ended up in biryani.
Actually, all food has a similar history. I think
that's bullshit. I made that shit up, and that could probably be in a fucking history textbook, and you would have to believe it.
No. It's not possible, because Aadar, what you said about ilaichi going into biryani, you're still eating the biryani, so your mouth will smell of biryani. It's not going to, ilaichi is not that overpowering. But I'll tell you a fact, like galati kebabs.
Exactly, I was talking about that.
Oh yeah, this is true. This is true.
So galati was, and there are two theories for galati kebabs, right? One was the toothless king theory, right?
Yeah.
Like the guy who couldn't chew,
which is way more fun.
Yeah. So there is. So to me, history is very important to understand the context of architecture, to understand the context of influences, to understand where you came from.
But then why didn't they teach that in school? That's what I'm trying to say. If
That's
I
my
knew,
problem.
okay, you know what? Fuck the Battle of Panipat. If I knew that, okay, let's say hypothetically the Maharaja had bad breath and he put Elaichi for good breath, or they gave Mentos to the Maharaja. If they gave Mentos, I would love history where they gave Mentos to people. Right? I would love history where I get to know unknown facts like that. I would love history where I get to know what was the weight of one Lucknowi emperor or uske daat nahi the.
Thanks, Sahil, for almost giving up my entire set, but okay.
Oh shit! I have not seen it, but I'll tell you, there is this emperor. I think in
that just shows how obvious your set is, Neville. Maybe
it's not. I then obviously Neville it also because I talk about Sati, but sure.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm just gonna quickly interrupt. We've got a bunch of super chats. We've got from Anirudh. Thank you so much. Aisha, thank you so much for the super chat. We've got Shivam also. Shivam, by the way, Shivam super chat. He said something which he said was, business studies and entrepreneurship should be a part of every stream after 10th grade. Everyone should. So he's like, okay, so I'll just sidetrack from history. He's like, business studies and entrepreneurship should be a part of every stream after 10th grade. Everyone should know how to sell at least.
Yeah,
which
it's not just business. I think it's also the fact, like I've actually written this down. Financial management is really important. We are not taught financial management. We don't know how to manage our money till our dads, moms, sisters, brothers who are older tell us what to do with it. And that's also traditionally there, which is why we're so vulnerable. The amount of people that actually save money now under the age of 25 has considerably deteriorated than in the last 30 years. The reason for this is because you're suddenly converting to a plastic economy where credit has become easier to do. Now, the problem is nobody knows wealth management. People are getting really high paying jobs coming straight out of college today. The average salary today, adjusted for inflation, is way more than what it was in the early 90s. Now, you don't know how to manage money because no one has taught you how to manage money. You've got no financial education. So I'm not asking everyone to become a CA, but do you know कि तू tax क्यों भर रहा है? कहाँ भर रहा है? कैसे भर रहा है? State tax क्या है? Central tax क्या है?
They have to make that statue, dude. Why else do I want that statue to be made, dude? That's why I'm paying my taxes. It's very important to me to have that statue.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be the laser coming out of the eyes of the statue is going to make sure that all planes are landing correctly in Bombay. That's the whole point. And
because that's what the statue does. The statue is literally going to be like, come here. Like, it's going to be like that. No,
you guys really haven't learned your lesson, no?
I'm talking about any statue. I'm not specifically mentioning which statue.
Yeah.
It could be any
we're
statue.
Statues. Yeah, we're just talking about generic statues.
Okay, education-wise. I'm telling you. Okay, I'll tell you why history is so important. History is so important because if you are so if people would have studied the history, they would not have taken offense over the historical figures. Long story short, this is why I'm telling you history is important.
So Indian history, and I talk about this as well, Indian history stops at 1947.
Yeah.
In our textbooks. It's I mean, after 1947, there's no history. It's only here civics, and you're like, here study. And that too, civics, we don't teach civics also properly. It's like you don't want people who are educated to join government. That's what because you've made civics so terribly boring by explaining, okay, there's a state seat, there's a legislative seat, there's a Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha is this, Lok Sabha is this, number of constituencies. You've complicated civics. That's not what it is. Civics is basically the running of a country. And to be able to explain the process and procedure of the running of a country should be fascinating. But it's not in school.
So what happened with me was when I joined law college, I started law because a bunch of my friends were doing it. And I was like, oh, library mein AC hai. So I literally took admission in a law college to chill with them in the AC library. And because fees 300 rupiah tha yaar, I was doing theatre and I was like, oh, sham ko free ho, 6 to 9, I can sit with these guys. And the fees are 400 per month. I don't know, aisa kuch tha, like weird amount.
Are you sure you went to a law college and not an AC showroom? Like, are you sure?
I was just sitting in a Maruti showroom and pretending that this is a law college.
Or Mitti Bhai, that's what it is. A Maruti showroom that pretends it's a law college. Sorry, continue.
And I went there for the AC, and I stayed there because I got so interested in the cases, the amount of stuff that you would read in just the case studies, and you understood your country and the reality of your country based on those case studies. And that's what I used to go there to read. The exams were just a side activity for me. I would pass because I enjoyed reading the cases and the laws, and that's how I would pass. It was literally a hobby. And it just shocks you that I didn't get to experience this in my entire schooling and college.
That's okay. So I'll tell you what. Okay, let's just pause over here. Let's just pause. I'll tell you what. Okay, from this overall conversation, we've come to this perspective. School may some of the topics that some of the subjects that they teach are important. Yes, sure. Maths, yes. History should be taught better. Geography can go fuck itself. I'm going to say it. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Because the tectonic plates are shifting all the time. The geography is not going to be the same. So fuck geography.
Kabhi, where have you ever got lost and you're like, you know what, babe? No, Google Maps. Then you pull out a map, then you pull out a string, and you map the distance from.
This is the problem. That's not what geography is.
Point B.
That's really not what geography is, right? Again, if you look at what geography is, it is the study of the earth. It's the geological study of the earth, right? The base
geology.
is knowing countries, but then we
Geology,
just stop.
not geography.
No,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if
it starts off with that. When you're studying, we've only been taught geography with maps, saying point out where Lake Baikal is. That's really what that's our study of geography. That's not what geography really is, right? It's a lot of other things. They've also thopoed in geography what millets and this is the cash crop of which country. All of this has become part
geography and economics used to be together, na? The paper used
because
to be
it is because it is. It's geopolitics, right? Geo-economic climates.
Geopolitics would have been a great subject, though, Neville.
Not in school. Not in school.
तू मेरे को बोलेगा कि वहां पे एंजेला मर्केल के साथ ट्रम्प का राडा चल रहा है, dude, I would be interested in listening to this shit
in that exact same lingo.
Yeah.
If my teacher spoke like, अरे क्या भाई वहाँ पे एंजेला मर्केल ना और ट्रम्प का राडा चल रहा है.
ट्रम्प वहां पे निकल गया है, वहां पे पूरे का पूरे वहां पे क्लाइमेट अकॉर्ड लगाया था पेरिस में, ट्रम्प वहां से निकल के चला गया, इतना रोमांटिक अकॉर्ड लगाया था पेरिस के अंदर बैठ के सारे यूरोपियन कंट्री ने. इंडिया को अभी तक यूएन में सीट नहीं दे रहे ले बोलने के लिए कुछ भी, वहां पे लड़ ले रहा है सब लोग. It would be fun to listen to this.
Listen, if that was my teacher, I swear to God, I would
say something, but it'll be really classist. But you could have had that teacher if you wanted. I'm not going to finish the joke because it becomes really classist, but you know exactly what I'm saying. So, but you chose not to. Your parents chose not to, really. So, yeah.
Man, but imagine. Okay, let's hypothetically for a second just imagine that class, because it's just such a beautiful scenario. You know, like the teacher doesn't take attendance. The teacher was like, "Tu kidhar hai?" And someone says, "Banta hai present. Bombay 70 present." Man, I would go to a school where my teacher was gangster. Like Apun ne kya bola? Apun ne bola English. English matlab English. What do you guys think? What do you? Neville is like, just stop it. Someone in the chat commented that Neville is behaving like our father right now, like two misbehaving children who are just going on different tangents, and he's like, guys, please focus on what's there.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine, children.
Okay.
History. We started this with the question is history should be removed or not. Yeah. I feel the study of history in textbooks should be like children should be encouraged to find that shit out for themselves. They should be told a topic and they should be told to research their own essays, because now we have the information available. Maybe it's time to make those changes. I'm not dependent on some random Alta Vista search for my essay, but now I can actually go to like multiple sources and figure out what's the legit information. And it's the teacher's job to actually debunk research that is false, because we do have false information.
Can I just say we come from a very different generation. हमारे ज़माने में internet नहीं था. While I was in school, I didn't have internet for the first few years. I didn't know Google, I didn't know Wikipedia, I didn't know where my information came from. You know, like, so for me, you're right. History was literally whatever I read in that book, which could be anything. आदर के जमाने में इंटरनेट नहीं है.
He's stuck again.
He's stuck. He's like, forget the past. अभी भी नहीं है. I don't have internet. I am gone. Adar, you back? All right, cool.
I'm back.
He has no idea what he said. He's just smiling like an idiot.
All right, let's just pause 1 second. Let me just quickly acknowledge we've got 450 people watching. If you guys are watching, press the like button. What are you just watching for? You need to press the like button. If you press it, more people will watch. I'm going to chase you. You need to press it. Okay, there is no way I'm going to let you go. I mean, I don't know where you stay, but please press it. Okay, spam the like button. Number two, someone has mentioned a very interesting topic. We'll just quickly go on it before moving on, because we'll go into a very long territory. But do you think psychology and mental health, I said psychology, I failed English, but do you think psych and mental health care should be part of school syllabus?
So I'm going to answer this question. If we are at 500 views, we want, how many likes are we at?
We are at 435. I think we should
We're
get
at
1,000
435 likes. So if we are at, when we hit 500 likes, we'll discuss that topic.
Okay, cool. More than 500? No, screw it. Let's hit 1,000. Guys, 1,000. Come on. I think we can do 1,000.
But that's mathematically possible, or?
हो जाएगा यार.
I'm saying, like, if you're less than 500 and there are less than 500 people watching, even if you doubled it, it's not going to hit.
This is why for me maths was such a tough subject, because I thought, हाँ एक हाथ से नहीं दूसरे हाथ से भी डालो तो दो likes. But
it's all derivative. It's all derivative.
Also, Manpreet has also super chatted saying thank you so much. Indian history should be understood by everyone. So some very valid points over here. Interesting topics. I'm going to move on to something less as serious. I'm going to ask a very stupid, unpopular opinion, and you guys tell me what you think. School food / college food, like the canteen food, was actually amazing. What do you guys think?
I went to a boarding school after the 5th standard. So till the 4th standard, I really have no memory because it was just my tiffin. But I can talk about boarding school. If you guys want to go first as day scholars, then
others.
Scholars. I feel that the school food was fantastic. My love for vada pav and my love for, I had never experienced patti samosa. I don't know if you know, like studying in Gujarati college schools, it's the samosa that is the perfect triangle. It's not, it's like, it's a tight time, and it's
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Crisp all over. It's a crispy samosa all over. That used to be my thing. Having that with the green chutney was like, oh my god, मैं 10 रुपए इतना खुशी से वो spend करता था, and it was like a godsend thing for me. So I loved that food.
I think for us, like I grew up like on school food where I had no standards whatsoever. You know, we didn't have any standards. It's not like we went and we've discovered what cuisine across the world would say, what 5-star food would be like, or what fancy food. For us, it would be like I used to have a 20 rupee ka pizza, which was amazing. The school pizzas.
Where the cheese is on top of the vegetables. Everything is underneath the cheese. That is the pizza that I didn't know that. वो फर्स्ट टाइम डोमिनोज के मैं लाइक यार इडियट लोग हैं, लोग चीज के ऊपर क्यों डाल रहे हैं चीजें? हाउ डम आर दीस पीपल रनिंग दिस चेन? who puts toppings on top of the cheese?
No wonder 30-minute mein nahi to free. That's the offer. Fucking they're not even putting effort to make this pizza.
This is why it's important to study history and geography.
Yeah, it's just bread, pav bhaji.
So you know what Italians do with the pizza. So
no, but like I think for me, school food was more than canteen food was street food, because you used to get a chotu sa pocket allowance, and we would have all that, like your patti samosa. We would have the amla and I was going to say keri. That's very good you think, but yeah, amla, keri, all that, like kacha aam and all that. That was what school life was all about. And did you guys have the thing? It was called ojo. We used to call it ojo. The ice lolly.
Which is what is that? Look at that. Is that what ojo is?
I realize my hand is at the wrong place right now. Let's put it down.
Ojo, look at that. Ojo.
Good, just go to represent.
I used to have soy so.
What was that?
Socio, you mean?
Socio. Sorry. Yeah,
Socio.
My bad. Socio. That used to be the thing, dude.
What was socio?
Socio was a drink. It was like
उसका cheating था. उसका एक तो I think I was right in saying soy so. मेरे area में
soy so is fucking soya sauce.
No, soy so was this. पता नहीं. It was a derivative of that drink, and it was a cola flavored ice lolly that you.
That only the little plastic this thing where you had to suck it and then.
I think Andheri East versus तेरा Parla में अलग होता होगा. That's how it used to change. I went from Christian area to more like, I don't know what Andheri East was, because I was in a convent school. All of us were in convent school. So I had like more experience with like this father and all the
So
fathers.
I went to an all boys boarding school, okay, and I just want to say that our food was shit, okay. Like we had couple of things that were star meals, and when those were made, everybody would be happy, and the food would run out. Like even if you went for extras, they were not available. But otherwise, our food was so like our bhindi used to be chipku, and like we were forced to eat it and stuff to a point where I think every like monthly there was something called jiggly piggly, okay, which was on dinner, and it is onomatopoeic for what they've actually made,
Yeah.
okay, because it was rice with everything that was saved up from the week into the rice, and then it was just like mixed up and served to you, and it was literally jiggly
Quickly.
and piggly. So it was jiggly piggly.
But
Okay.
that's part of the boarding school experience, right?
Yeah, I
You
think
have to
so.
eat it. That's the whole Tare Zameen Par fantasy that you were living.
Okay, I'll give you a quick question. If you were to go back to school now as an adult, would you have jiggly piggly? Would you have soy so?
I would
Me
definitely
as
have
an adult,
one samosa. I would
I
definitely have.
wouldn't touch my school food with a fucking barge pole because I have a palate. So no chance. Are you mad? I fucking cultivated this palate after eating
It's
that.
called a plate, Neville, not a
No, there's
palate.
no. Again, he started. I'm just going to ignore other. But yeah, no chance I would eat. No chance I would fucking. No chance. Not even the burji. I wouldn't even eat like the good stuff. They used to do a dhansak, which was not dhansak, and I was like, I'm Bawa. I know this is not dhansak. Like, come on, what are you
Yeah.
Yeah,
doing?
but they would go like, you and what army? And you'd be like, oh shit, I'm alone. So there's not too many people to agree with you on that. Like,
Chat, let me know if you could go back to school, would you eat your food? Yes or no? Let me see what your opinions are. Meanwhile, college food. Okay, we covered school food. What about college? Would you go back and eat your college food?
I still go back and eat my college food. मैं मिठी भाई के बाहर अभी भी जा के बड़ा पाव खाता हूँ.
I
My
think I
last
would.
बड़ा
I think
पाव was in August.
I think I would, but of the 5 colleges I attended, I would go back to only one to eat one thing, but that stopped in that thing. Which is, I would go back to Jai Hind's canteen to eat the keema pav, which has stopped.
Ooh, Jai Hind used to serve keema pav.
Yeah, the Jai Hind canteen. But I'm also archaic, so
Why did you say 5 colleges?
because I've actually been to many colleges. I've been to like Nationals, Jai Hind, Ruparel, uh, two more which I don't want to name, but yeah.
So it's fine. I know that sharam where you're like, yeah, chod. We can't even discuss the college name. A lot of people in the chat said, yeah, they would eat the school food and college food, which is weird. I think maybe it's only for a nostalgic reason, right? When you go back, that airport volume was damn funny. Sorry.
No, because I was like, I was doing this for some time and then it just dropped.
But like, I would go back and have my school pizza. That's right. I think just that old school that, I don't know. I know it's gross, but
it was something else about it. It brings back those memories. It's like you can't. It's like how do you explain it? It's
like
it's
you smell it a little.
I would smell it and I would go, dude. I've visited my school. Obviously, since I've passed out a couple of times, it's in Panchgini. So I visited my school, and I've never sat at the the dinner scene and eaten food. No chance. It was like there's no way I could do that. I've visited school and like relived memories and things like that, but the food, no chance.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, I mean, see, I would to say for me, I think it's just an experience, like when you're in school, you get to try out all these new things. Also, more than that, it's your first ever time you have money given to you by your parents and you're like, wow, I have choice in what I can get. And I think that's the first.
What is money and what are parents?
The question a lot of people
fantastic question. Fantastic. I will take that statement back. On that very specific note, we have to answer Pratnya's question, which was, do you think mental health should be taught in school? And let's keep it concise.
Yes, 100%. I think that the more mature you get, and I think it should be taught from their perspective. So I think it should be taught through therapy. So there's no stigma to it. People don't feel it, and I'm extremely vocal about mental health in everything that I do. And I think that it's so important to understand the overwhelming nature of things, whether it is body shaming, whether it is bullying, whether it is, not being successful in what it is that you're doing. But there is also a really fine line, right? Like you can't just be encouraging somebody because they've been, I mean, if there is an age beyond which you shouldn't be saying that the sky is pink. You know what I'm saying? Like beyond that, you're delusional. So but these are things that only a therapist, an educationist, a
But
person
if
who
you
has the
stop a
ability.
child from not imagining the sky as pink, then you will never get the next Van Gogh. So that
I
is also,
agree, which is what I'm saying, that there is a point at beyond which you do it. Like for example, there's the what's it school what school, there is a German philosophy of schooling. I can't remember. It's called the
it's always good.
Waldorf.
German
Yeah,
schooling was
it's
always considered
it's
top
called the
notch.
Waldorf. It's
It's
called the
always good.
Waldorf.
People always say German schooling was right up here. Like Indian school, like it's here. German schooling is sorted. Like it's always up here.
Yeah, you could always go till class 9. But no, okay, no, sorry, let's not joke.
German
Neville,
schooling is all about mindself. And that's let's just stop it at that.
And when you go to camp, it's Mein Kampf. But sure.
He ruined it.
But
He made it too obvious. This is a noob
because
coming.
I
Yeah.
can't do puns or what?
no,
Yeah, 'cause I can't do
no.
puns.
You get it. But Aadar was trying to be very subtle, and you were straight away Hitler.
He wasn't. He fucking just did this.
No, it
He
was.
did a
I'm
fucking
statistics. I'm showing the statistics.
You just did a heil. Nobody fucking thought it was subtle, Aadar.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh god. Sorry, mental health. Yes. So
So I think
Adar's
that it
entire
should
point is if you
absolutely be
teach.
taught.
If you say mental health earlier, then children don't get to imagine, and which is true. If you tell someone that fuck you, the sky is not even pink, not even blue, life
But
is
that's
dark.
not mental health.
Hmm,
That's not mental health. I think mental health is about learning to cope, learning to be able to express your feelings, I went to an all-boys boarding school. Crying was almost considered wussy.
Yeah.
Crying was also almost considered wrong, right? And there's no harm in that. So I'm saying whether it is being bullied, whether it is being able to cope or understand or I mean, why am I not good at maths? Why am I not good at physics? Why am I not good at sports? All of these, why is nobody being my friend?
Yeah.
These are all, I'm an introvert. I don't like hanging out with people, but everyone ridicules me. All of these things are extremely important as a child for you to be able to understand before you can actually go out into the real world in your protective shell. So at no point in time, am I saying that you should be telling a kid that no, the sky is not pink. But at a particular point, there is a time where it is not pink. I mean, you can imagine that it is pink, and the imagination is developed, and then you are allowed to start becoming factual. And that factual is not dictated by your classmates or your teacher. It is dictated by an educationist and a psychologist and a professional. And so I think that that's important for people to get a holistic understanding. There are kids with special needs in school today, where our schools are not even equipped for it.
Dude, I agree. Okay,
I think at some point mental health should be taken just for the teacher not to go like, "Are you mad?" That shouldn't be the teacher's go-to when she's insulting you. Like, "Are you mad?"
I'm so glad, Aadar, you mentioned this. I'll quickly segue to the next topic while you've mentioned this right now. This is the next topic, and this is it's an unpopular opinion because people have said it. But Indian teachers are the real bullies. That is the opinion that someone has said.
Absolutely agree.
Like, you don't have bullies. You have teachers who make you feel shit about yourself, which is true. If someone were to do something stupid at all, always like it would be the teacher saying, "Are you mad? Are you crazy? You're mad? Or what are you doing?" Yeah. What do you guys think?
I've had dusters thrown at our faces. And my school is now an international certified school. Like the school I used to go to is now turned into this internet. So I don't know अगर duster अभी भी फेंक रहे कि नहीं कि parents आके वो teacher को निकाल.
I don't think so. No, I don't think that would be the case, because I think that there's a growth curve to every profession. And I think that we were not aware about certain...
The curve is the distance the duster travels across.
The parabola that it travels.
See, okay, if I were to say this, okay, now, I agree. If I was a teacher and if I went back to my school, I would be so angry and upset at the kids that I'm talking to, and you would develop that frustration year after year after year till you eventually throw a duster. Because as kids, we were assholes. Like my school, okay, same thing, Neville, all boys school, but we were very badly behaved. I have classmates who have done things that are unspeakable to teachers. Like we've done shit like one of my classmates, he put bread and he put water and he mixed it and he put it in his mouth and he went on the teacher's desk and he went and he puked on the desk and he like, ma'am, ulti. And we've had things like that. And you would expect then the teachers to be assholes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we didn't do
No,
that.
no. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was in an all boys boarding school and we did do some stuff, but I
Okay,
don't think
Neville, we
ever
know
did-
you were in an all boys boarding school.
No, but we didn't
Establish that.
we didn't do as much as what Sahil is talking about. But I think that I don't think that it's just a matter of the kids being dicks. I think it's also got to do with the teacher-student ratio, and it's also got to do with the way parents treated school in the olden days. They actually treated school as a place where they could dump their kids, which is why our school went from 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. No school in the world operates at that length.
It's daycare. It's essentially an extended daycare with
Yeah.
Yes, it is,
history,
because
geography
you
textbook.
just want the child sort of out of your thing. And like in international schools today, like what my nephew was talking about, what I was talking about my nephew, in international schools today, they're very particular and very think that till the age of some 6 or 7 or whatever it is, the child comes home and there is no school conversation at home. There's no homework. There's none of that. Like, we got homework so that we were employed in the house and busy in the house. Here, the intention is to say that your child is already spending way too much time at school. You need to be with them as family and things. So I think it's also the fact that when you are at home, the kind of supervision you had, the kind of people you were with, and all of that, and the student-teacher ratio is in my and the reason why I'm saying this is because in my class, my graduating class in 1996 in the 10th standard, there were 23 people in my class. My whole school was 250 students.
Wait a minute. You mean to say out of 250 students, only 23 graduated?
No, 23 were in the 10th standard.
The whole school was 200 students.
The whole school from 3rd standard to 10th
But
standard.
the school was already less people, na? That's more than enough students. Like,
But
I think,
and I'm saying that, and even though it was boarding school, and it was all boys, we still weren't the assholes that Sahil school was. And the reason for this is because we would get annihilated. Like, there was punishment. The student-teacher ratio was less, and as a result, it was easily like, how would you in a class of 150 people where the churn is just that much over and all through the day, how are you going to be able to keep tabs of every student? It's not possible.
Like, I understand in that perspective. So my class would be 30 people, all of them assholes. Okay, lots of frustration. As the class grew bigger and bigger, I've done shit, and I'm saying I've done shit. Where we would buy, you remember there would be those tiny firecrackers which if you throw them on the ground, there would be like a like that. We would do that. We would say, teacher, bomb blast. We have thrown dusters at the teacher. And I remember one of the filthiest things a fellow student did, which when I was in school, okay, look, now I'm going to come here and say this, okay? I have regrets. When I look back at my school life, I feel like I shouldn't have encouraged this behavior. But I was a kid who wanted to be accepted. So if someone did something dicky, I'm like, funny guy. Oh. He spat juice on the teacher's chair and then the teacher sat on it. And I just feel like, as a kid, you've got this entire thing like, you know what? You're a teacher. You're a person in power. Fuck you. You don't deserve my love. But as an adult, I'm like, you know what? We were all so wrong.
Yeah.
We were all so goddamn wrong. At the end of the day, this is just a person doing their job. And whether they...
Yeah, but I think it's a vicious cycle on both ways, in both ways, right? It's a vicious cycle where the teacher is frustrated with the students, and it may be a previous class that they were frustrated with that sort of comes into this. And then the students are therefore in rebellion. You realize that you're in your most rebellious when you're in school.
Yeah.
You're from the ages of whatever, fucking 11 to 16, you're in school, which is the worst fucking teenage ages to be in, right? Yeah. And at that point, if someone is going to try to control you and try to dictate you, it's not working at all.
Yeah. Not all of us get Amir Khan teaching us mathematics on stairs. Okay. That's not going to happen.
Or tell us, you know what, you need to paint. Painting
Yeah.
करना है, painting
Just
करना है.
give us a mohawk when we need it, just for emotional support.
Dude, I tell you, school teachers that they show on in movies and Bollywood are way different from the teachers that we had. Okay, my teachers were also like, I had a guy, he would say yapsh. That was my guy. Okay, he would not say yap. He would say yapsh. And he didn't know what yapsh stood for. But if okay, I'll for all the people who are asking in the chat, I went to this school called St. Mary's ICSE, and I will explain a lot more about it later. But there was this professor who would go yapsh, and that's what his entire deal was saying yapsh. We had teachers who would say, oh, okay, I'm going to tell you a fun story. Let's just pause. Okay, before I continue with the story, we are at 576 likes, guys. We have to hit 1,000. We have to hit 1,000. We've got 500 people watching. How is it not possible?
Yeah. Why aren't you making new Google accounts and signing in and
Exactly.
again?
Or go
Pressing
to your
like.
parents and use their phones and say like this, and then come back to the stream.
Also, and before I'm going to tell you one fun story. Ravish has asked Neville why you mean to Aadar, why the angst. I think there's a reason why. If you've seen the stream, you will know. And Aadar also. And also, Suchita said,
There are other reasons.
Welcome to the family, beta. Welcome. Suchita said I could listen to Neville talk for hours, which is a very interesting, great compliment. Thank you so much, Suchita, for that.
Thank you. Thank you. ये सब दूसरे लोग के स्ट्रीम पे जाके सुपर चैट देते हैं, मेरे स्ट्रीम पे कोई आके सुपर चैट नहीं देते.
Guys, you should do that, man. Please, come on, yeah. Go to test stream. Go to test stream super chat.
No,
please.
this is also Varun's. Wait, 1 minute, you got my channel.
But we share that money. That's not. It's not like Varun super chat.
Yeah, but she's not saying I like listening to the four of us talk. She's saying she likes listening to me talk.
Okay, cool.
One thing, last thing that I wanted to bring up is the repression that you already start. I think this was like in mental health also to a certain degree. Like your repression starts like since you were a kid. Like for me, from a personal perspective, I can't really look at it the way Neville has actually explored it. But I started repressing emotions right from like primary school. So by the time I hit secondary, I would repress like, "Arey, meko ye nahi aata. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough." To the point where I had two friends in school, like two or one real friend. And afterwards, when I met these people, once I started stand up and I started performing on stage, I met my school friends again. I met some girls and guys later on. And the girls were like, we thought you were too snobbish to come and talk with us or to hang out with us, which was not the case. And I was like, no, I was shy. It was like, really? Because you are right now more in the public eye than all of us put together. How are you supposed to be the shy person here? So I don't know how that formula, like it's I don't know how it's more. How do you explain as a comedian that being on stage is more an isolating and a secure place than being in a social setting? How do you explain that to somebody?
Wow, that's into some very deep territory. Wow. Oh, fuck. Yeah, shit. Like, some of our repression came, like, I think the repression that when I say what all we did to our teachers that's just that only, just repress emotions, the way to just get all the angst and frustration out. Now, the story that I was telling is that we had a teacher, her name was, you know what, I'm not going to tell you her name, but she had this thing where she did something stupid. One day she came to a student. Yes, Sister Augade.
Sister Augade. Okay.
She came to the student who was sitting at the desk and she said, "Nikalo." दिखाई दे रहा है? Exactly. निकालो. मैं प्रिंसिपल को बुलाऊंगी और वो बोलेगा निकालो. ठीक है, तो मेरे सामने अभी निकालो, क्लास के सामने निकालो. And it was a very innocent statement.
Oh, I'm feeling so bad for the teacher right now. I've got another story which I'll add later on once you're done.
No, say it. That was my teacher. Do you say it? Just say it.
So I used to have this French tuition teacher, and I still went back to her when I was brushing up on my French again. I still went back to her. She's still teaching French, and she lives like very close to my house. And what she used to do, she was unlike all school teachers because she treated us like adult human beings. When we were 12 and 14 years old, she treated us like adults, like a thinking, logical human being who sees something and there could be multiple meanings to it. So in French, you never shake hands when you actually like तुम लोग ने French पढ़ा है, तो it's like the literal translation of it is they meet and they never lame the hand, they never mention the word hand. The verb is just and they shake. That's it. So she would read like the Peter and Neville meet and they shake, and then she would look up. And then she would go back, and it was the dumbest because at times we weren't thinking of it like this, and it's like she made the classes fun for us just because
Yeah.
she's like, let's get this out of the way. I am aware of it, you are aware of it, so there's no, it's all out in the open. So now we have to get back to studying.
There was a lot of, I would say, like, I mean, if we speak about these two examples, there was a lot of repressed sexual energy, you know, like a lot of repressed energy, especially in an all boys school. You know, there was just way too much like tharak going on in the class, which totally takes me to the next one. I love how this is segueing into the topics that we were planning to discuss. But tell me what you guys think. Sex education cannot be taught. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Again, not my opinions. These are opinions given to me by people. Sex education is something that cannot be taught in school. What do you say?
But how else do you like give information to another human? Like, how do you? It has to be taught. How else do you give information otherwise? नहीं तो क्या दिखाएंगे क्या कर? Sir, आज हम लोग का मम्मी को जाकर आज play देखा हम लोग ने, बहुत अजीब था. Just two people came and उनने uniform नहीं पहना था. मम्मी आज पता नहीं. How else? You have to teach them on some level. There has to be some explaining done.
Oh shit!
I know the quandary here, because it's very difficult to teach in an Indian school, considering the amount of baggage that comes along with what's happening. But I think that there is a possibility to do it, not to make it to normalize it, not to make it any bigger than it is. And I think that that's really what's needed. I think you need to talk about consent, protection, need, desire, things like that, to be able to break it down. But I know it's difficult in this country, but there are curriculums that do it, and there are curriculums that do it well. And there's definitely like I know Indonesia and Brazil, even though the populace is similar, the culture is similar, they have ways to sort of put this into the system. And by culture, I don't mean so there's not a lot of like body shaming in Brazil, in the sense that
because
they have such
like
a
gods.
No, it's not true, Aadar. The point is that if you get to the beach, it's pretty okay to be on the beach with whatever body you have, right? And we don't have that culture.
Have you been to an Indian beach? Everybody is okay with the body they have. Nobody.
But you get what I'm.
Oh, मेरी body इतनी खराब है. अभी मैं
But we're not a beach.
Yeah, I mean,
वो पाव भाजी पे extra butter मत डालो. I'm worried about how I'm looking at the beach.
But okay, Neville, what you said was right. The reason, okay, why am I bringing this topic up? Okay, again, all boys school, absolutely zero sex education. And okay, a lot of people, I'm not saying one person, a lot of people said that there should be a decent amount of sex education that happens in school. Everyone have asked, said, ha, ek hi class kiya, that's it. Even we did one class of sex education, and at the end of the class, the principal came and said, school is over. Tomorrow onwards, school is over, which is kind of very hardcore, but I swear to God it happened. And if we are speaking, okay, and I'll just tell you a very fun story. When we did sex education, okay, and I'm not making this shit up, and I'll come to the other aspects of this also. I had a professor. He came. He put a projector on the wall, and then he stood near the wall. Now, it was so funny. The projector was projecting male genitalia, and the word scrotum was on his scrotum. What a beautiful moment. Like, you can't plan that out. You can't plan that out. And then he asked... So I'll tell you what happens. So what happens is when the male ejaculates, all the sperms, they swim, right, towards the egg. And there's one guy at the back of the class. Yeah. He's like, sir, what if one doesn't know how to swim? Do they rescue him or what? And the amount that class has laughed. And at that point of time, I'm like, fuck, like this was so stupid. But the thing is, what I'm trying to tell is, for us, sex education was very simple. Female has this, male has this. That's it. I'm saying, I wish I had a curriculum where I learned more, where I learned more than sex education. How do I explain? Gender sensitization, if that makes sense. Like, all boys school. For when I grew up, oh my God, you're wearing pink. That's okay.
Yeah.
Incorrect. So incorrect. I wish I could go back and be like, nobody. Hey. Let's talk about some of these terms. Let's not let's not be like that. But it was school, and I wish I had learned that. What do you guys think?
I feel laughter could have been a very effective tool in, like, if you guys are laughing at scrotum being projected on the professor and the professor actually turning it to, like, making it a joke on, like, what if that happened to you while you were doing a stand-up comedy show? You know that you're going to flip it over and turn it to yourself. So I think being a teacher involves a lot of performance to a great degree. I think it's one of the first, like, you need to be a performer to a great degree as a teacher. You're public speaking every day, and you're public speaking with the worst goddamn audience. We've already
everyone's a heckler.
Yeah, where everyone's a heckler and everybody hates you. So it requires a way different kind of mental just the strength, the mental strength.
Fortitude.
Yeah,
the mental fortitude.
People agree. That's if I had sex ed through stand-up where you laugh and learn at the same time, I would actually be interested in learning more,
Laughter diffuses things. Laughter completely diffuses tension. And that's why I like that teacher so much, because she diffused the tension, and immediately we would go back to studying, because that repressed stuff was gone. She just let the air out of the balloon and it's gone. Now, what else do you do? Oh, I'm going to study now and whatever. And it was one of those things where you should be able to talk to your teachers at any given point of time about something like this. And I think there should be somebody on payroll at a school to address these problems at any given point of time.
Yeah, but again, I don't think our teachers also were that sensitive. When I grew up, like, if someone...
No, not at all.
Yeah, if someone would be like, oh my God, look at him, he's a gaylo. That was the term we used, okay? Very derogatory. Again, I am sorry. It's not me. It's my school people. And if you said in front of the teacher would just smile. The teacher would not be like, stop. This is wrong. What you're saying is wrong. This is not, him being whatever his sexual preference is. It's that's his life. You must learn to accept. No, the teacher would just smile. That's what I mean to say, right? I think it's an overall upheaval that is required. I mean, what do you think, Neville?
Yeah, I think, but there's two parts to it. I think that one is teacher sensitivity and teacher sensitization. Yeah. So I think that the curriculum needs to be sensitized. True. And I'm not talking about just changing the pronoun. That makes no necessary. That's going to take a while. Where if you just use the pejorative pronoun she now across the entire textbook, I don't think it's just that. I think that teachers need to be sensitized. I think that, even like the curriculum needs to be sensitized before you can actually impart knowledge, because I don't think that anybody has that much knowledge, information to even process, let alone impart. I think that the three of us and our colleagues and people like us and stuff, maybe on the upper end of the spectrum of knowledge, but we still don't have enough to be able to impart knowledge. So I think that's crucial, and that's so important.
So, like, when we're talking about these gender, like we are talking about the different genders, you're actually talking about gender sensitization. It's like I have very strong opinions about this. Like, I have friends who are gay. I wrote, when I wrote straight, gay, lesbian, bi, it was because a friend of mine really shared a very personal story with me about how he was bullied for being gay. And, but the idea of when Sahil said, when you tell a kid who's bullying another kid based on, oh, this guy, that's so gay, or you're wearing pink, whatever, that's so gay, as opposed to saying that is wrong, which I don't agree to a certain degree. Saying something is wrong is going to encourage a kid to rebel more, as opposed to asking him, why the fuck do you, like, not why the fuck, but why do you think that is gay? So why, and making the child confront why he's telling this kid he's gay, and make up his own damn mind. And if he still chooses to do so later on as an adult, oh, he's chosen to be an asshole. But reasoning with the kid is more important than telling him that this is wrong and this is right. Because this is wrong and this is right doesn't give you an information to actually make up your mind. And I think information is more important in that case. So telling somebody that is wrong is the same as telling somebody that, oh, you can't make fun of certain script which is based in our culture, or because you still not explained why. And we still don't get a why. And that's why we get into trouble as comedians. But that is the case. If there is a legitimate reason, the kid will see reason. And if you actually put it like it just like give it to them straight up, I think it's going to be a much easier battle than saying this is right or wrong.
This thing of what you're saying is make the child question themselves is a great sort of possibility to do. So, like, I think that's a very interesting way.
And that's a much better way to deal with it.
Looking at it. Yeah.
So like I don't think it is more, it is obviously there is a big perspective of sex education, but it's also more of human education. Understand yourself before you put your judgment on others. So I mean, I think that's a great way to put things.
And like basic stuff in textbooks, जहाँ पे घर पे दिखाते हैं housework चल रहा है तो मम्मी साड़ी में खड़ी रह के housework, those textbook maybe change those to something else. Of course, that comes from from a young age. If you're I think for Neville and me, because I know like personally Neville, so for us we came from very strong, like my mother was a very strong figure in my life where I could see her doing 50 things, and my father always said that she's more intelligent than he is. He maintained like she's more intelligent, so that stayed in my head that my mother is the more intelligent adult. So
not just that, also the fact that Kashish, your sister, like you know, I mean, just growing up with that, like I think what he said, like in my case, I think developing empathy, developing that part of thing helped because I was brought up by a single mother. Like the influence of my mother was so strong on my upbringing, so to speak, that it sort of really made it.
मेरी बहन की वजह से मेरे को कोई empathy नहीं मिली. There's WWF going on. I've beaten my sister up so much. The empathy was beaten into me by my mother later on in life. This is wrong. You don't beat your sister on her face. This is not like you're doing the same thing that I just did to her.
Okay, guys, we've got last two more topics and then we are wrapping up. I'm going to read out one super fun topic and then we move on to the last topic of this session. The second last topic is PT/PE is absolutely pointless and major time wastage.
I have way too much information on this. So if y'all want to go first and then I will take over. Because sure, go for it. Y'all go. Because my opinion.
Aadar, I'll let you go for it.
Sports is fantastic. The sports program in most schools is fantastic. That you like. I enjoyed. I used to be like involved in like to a certain degree in skating, and I loved being on the field while playing football, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. But the PT, जो ये होता था, the march past bullshit, that I'm
mocking all for different reasons. Keep going.
Dude, march past was stupid. What was the point of doing left, right? What was the point of, hey, check it out, we can walk, but we can walk in synchronization? क्या किसको prove करना है ये?
It was the NCC, like either you are NCC, where they did it like we used to see NCC and like MCC जो होता था, they used to do it like boss. Like we used to go like, this is how you do that. तो हमको साइड में as opposed to that, maybe financial planning के लिए वो 1 घंटा separate रख देते, maybe sex education a little here and there, but again there was no emphasis on good eating, what happens to your body, what you should do to avoid diabetes. That's actual PT. I would say that would be a better physical training or PT as opposed to all this trash.
Is it me? Or, I mean, a lot of people also said this and suddenly this came up to my notice, and I would also like to know what the people in the chat say, but I think the PT sirs were there only to hit on the teachers and the parents. That's all they would do. Like
PT sir का कहीं ना कहीं affair चल रहा है हिंदी teacher के साथ.
So in school, in my school, it was PT was actually physical training. We had this thing once a year, and that once a year was extra time. It was extra time. So we used to have sports pretty much every day. We used to have games pretty much every night, evening, all of that. And as you came closer to sports day, you had, I was also in the NCC. So like, which was a different thing. So all of these were different times. Okay. PT period was actually fucking physical training where we used to do push-ups, we used to do sit-ups, we used to do all of that, lift our legs 6 inches in the air and just like work on our fucking abs and core, which is why I hate working out, because I only have horrible memories. Like I used to hate it. Everybody hated it. We used
I
to have
never did one push-up in school. I have not done one
no,
push-up in school.
wait 1 minute. You know that vaulting horse that like Deepa Karmakar does
the jump
the
wala
vaulting
one.
horse?
Ha,
Yeah.
ha.
I have done the vaulting horse. We used to do vaulting horse where you used to jump on it with a springboard, and you would like, put your leg, knees to the chest and come through, or go around it like that with your legs and come through. I've done all this shit. I've done high jump, long jump. All of these were athletics that were on another day. PT period was actually to make you suffer. And during the summers, when the weather was better and things like that, most of the time it was indoors because it was raining or really cold. And so we would have to do PT period indoors, and we would do all of this thing. The days that we would actually be outdoors, he would make us clean the field. And what was clean the field? I'll tell you. So we had about 9 fields that belonged to us within our school premises, right? We would meet at various fields, and because grasses were at different thing, he would make us do duck walk. And as we were doing duck walk, we had to break grass. So you were manually breaking grass and like collecting it and throwing it away. So that's what we were doing.
Neville, I'm a little concerned right now, because suddenly like, yeah, and then one day in class he like, you assemble this mobile phone. So we all went into a factory and we assembled this mobile phone. My friend was
Correct.
making
One day we
Nike
all
shoes.
put together Nike shoes.
I'm telling you, trust me. It like for us, PT period, which is why I hate working out. I hate because it became a form of. It was really tedious. It was something that we didn't want to do, and we hated it with a vengeance. But yeah, so PT period was really, really.
I think all PT sirs were assholes. I've never had a nice PT sir. Like my PT sir would kick people on the back if you didn't bend over properly. Or I've gone to a very abusive school, I feel.
My school mein, the thing was like, and this is a little shitty to say, but like wrong opinions galore. But हम लोग का जो football coach था, he so his finger was missing from here. So it was this. Okay, and for some reason, every time he would get angry at you, he would only point the stub and scream at you. And the thing was, you couldn't help but like thoda nikalta, because there's a man just going, I'm gonna, and it's just this, and it's just this happening at your face, like right here. And after a while, you're like, hasi peetne wali hai mere. Because football, like my parents don't care about football. It's like you will not become a good man. It's like my parents don't care. They just care about my mark sheet. Football ka tera grade bhi nahi aane wala hai mere ghar pe. So who cares what you think about my skills? So it's just like a weird experience for me but he used to scream. They used to all scream at us. And nobody used to really enjoy that.
They used to scream till after a point of time. See, there would always be 2 batches of kids. Okay, there would be the really active football cricketers, all of that. I was part of the chubby batch. I didn't do shit. I was a chubby kid in school. I would be sitting in the corner, or for PT period, after a point of time, I would just be sitting, chatting. That's how my life was. And I hated PT while growing up. I found it really, I'm like, you have a play period. Why the fuck do you need a specific period to physically exercise when you're clearly physically exercising during the lunch break and whatever the other breaks are? Chahiye kyun? Also, I'm saying it from much anger because I was never part of any sports. So I'm saying it from a lot of anger and personal territory. I would always be, the guy who would jump and then just hang on to the
bar.
Yeah. I remember during school sports day, they had that, what is that bar jump where you have to jump over the bar?
High jump?
I think so, yeah. That's clearly.
You forgot high jump. I wasn't saying high jump, assuming कि ये तो नहीं भूल सकता. It must be something very complicated, a pole vault.
Yeah, well, basically I ran and before I reached the pole, I shat my pants and I jumped below the pole. So that is my life in PT. It has been a living hell for me. So for me, when someone says PT is pointless, I agree. I'm like, hey, I agree.
We used to come at 6 a.m. For like skating practice, and the only reason most of us used to come at 6 a.m. and sometimes 5:30 hota tha, because the only reason we would come there is after the practice is done, we would get, and this is I used to be shocked, and I'm still shocked that this used to exist. We used to get unlimited energy. The energy drink, the RA energy drink, we were getting it unlimited. There are days where I have done skating and then had 10 bottles of energy and gone to the first class and gone अभी मेरे को उल्टी आने वाला है, and like I didn't go to the teacher's desk. We would bolt. तो like क्या किया? 10 energy पी लिया, and no one would bat an eyelid. उसने एक बच्चे ने 10 bottle energy पिया है. No one would care. For some reason, that was the only time that the school would do oversight. Just complete.
Oh God, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think PT was good for time pass, not for physical education. It was just that break where everyone would do time pass, except Neville.
Yeah,
Neville.
Was TP. PT was TP.
Sahil has loved that joke just because of the brevity of the joke more than anything else. It's like there is no effort in that joke.
Yeah, there was
just like PT period.
Ah, shit. Oh God. Oh my God. All right, fantastic. We are there at the last part. The last thing what we are going to do. Okay, now before I come to the last segment, one quick super chat. Shreya Parekh has said, big TIS fan. Love whatever she loves about me. Thank you for that, Shreya. She loves Aadar's tutorials and Neville's rants and SFS.
SFS.
Streams for Sanity.
Oh,
yes. Thank you.
So thank you so much for that, Shreya. This is the last time I'm appealing for likes. I'm not doing it because I am desperate. I'm not desperate for anything. I found out that if there are more likes, then more people watch this stream. That's the only reason I'm doing it. So yeah, in that case, I am desperate. Just press the goddamn like.
Just fucking
press
like
it.
the button.
Just fucking press it, nah.
We have an interesting segment that Sahil has not told you guys about,
yeah,
which we will do. What number are we at right now?
We are at 753.
Okay, 802, and we do it. 802, and we do the last stream. Come on, guys, come on. It's very doable. There's 500 people watching. I'm pretty certain there's about 100 people who haven't.
We've
so
got
come on.
507. Big, would you tell them to like also?
And also, please go and subscribe to Aadar's channel and my channel at the end of the stream. Don't do it now.
No, yeah, of course. First things first, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel. There are a lot more unpopular opinions coming if you are new. And also, yes, definitely I'll be posting Aadar as well as Neville's channel links afterwards. The stream is going to be there. So please subscribe. Just do it, man. Just be nice people. Come on.
Let's do it. What number are we at on chat?
We are at 787. 1 second.
Come
do you
on,
think we should subscribe? Yeah, we can subscribe.
24,
right?
22 more likes. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. 22 more likes and we move on to our next segment. Meanwhile, in the chat, dude, he's crashing so big.
Wow.
He crashes every stream. Every stream after 1 hour, he's like, dude, stop. Just finish it off. All right, cool. 799, 800. I'm counting down. We are at 800. Two more.
Come on, guys.
And one more. Come on, whoever you are.
Come on.
Done. 803. Bam. Let's go.
There
let's
you
do
go.
This, buddy.
Superb.
High five. Well done. Give me a
That's
high
how
five.
you did it, guys.
Yeah.
I just want to say, chat JMDLR.
Jai Matadi, let's rock. Okay, cool.
Come on, chat. Superb. Thank you.
All right, guys. We are at the last part. This is the
Aadar. No, you're not stuck.
Oh, yuck. Went in my nose. Bigel, stop. 2 minutes. Okay. We are in for the... yuck. Oh, that was gross.
If you had Shambud, it would be even grosser.
No.
Shambud is such a fucking
thing.
It's such a school thing.
The dog would love it.
Okay. We've had a fantastic conversation. We have discussed topics, we have discussed school life, college life, everything. And now it's time for something that I call the unpopular debate. Okay. And the unpopular debate is a very simple thing. I'm going to
It's on
ask you guys.
Republic TV.
Yeah, this is literally Republic. Today, on the unpopular debate, we are going to be asking a very simple question. We have three people from different educations. We have Aadar from SSC, Neville from ICSE but boarding school, and Sahil from ICSE. And on that opinion, on that note, I would like to say, which is better? ICSE all boys, SSC, ICSE boarding. We shall start with Aadar Malik.
Considering he's the minority.
SSC is the best, I feel, because SSC prepares you for the real world. SSC shows you how horrible the real world can be. There can be no intellectual analysis of what you're actually facing. In SSC, it shows you that when you actually stick to your curriculum, when you actually stick to what is being taught, that is when you fail. When you actually, like, you are taught to fail so much in SSC, nobody else can actually compete with it. No other college, no other stream can compete with it. That is why SSC prepares you for the real life. SSC shows you that life is not going to be fair. And right from the start, you're going to work harder. All the people who are from SSC know that they have to work harder to gain intelligence, to gain that promotion, to gain any knowledge also. We've not gained any knowledge. So we are at a back foot. We've got a 10-year regression compared to all the other students. So we have to work that much harder, and that's how we make it to NASA. It's only SSC students who make it to NASA.
Fantastic. That's a great opinion from Aadar. If you guys agreed with Aadar, then please tell me in the chat. I'm reading it. While I am reading the chat, Neville, would you like to say ICSE boarding, is that better than SSC or normal ICSE, and why?
I can be a flippity flop and say that it's good and bad. But I'll tell you what boarding school actually does. Boarding school kind of prepares you in terms of like becoming a little independent. In fact, a lot more independent before you get out. I would have actually become a mama's boy had I just stayed at home. Like, I would be one of those guys who doesn't know how to cook, who doesn't know how to clean, who expects everything just at the table. Because when you are a mama's boy, you tend to get pampered like that. Like, the thing with Aadar is he was with a sister, he would also get beaten up a little bit. So that helped. I was a single child to a single mother, which is the most amazing place to be for pampering. So I would have turned that. What I think also the ICSE education system did in my year was really funny, was that I actually ended up studying 3 Shakespearean projects. Because the syllabus changed when I was in the 8th and in the 9th. So we started preparing for the 10th standard in the 8th standard when it comes to prose in literature. So we started studying Merchant of Venice, then we did Julius Caesar for a year, and then we had to do As You Like It. So that sort of helped. And the fact that you do Shakespeare
We couldn't even spell Shakespeare in SSC. That's why we made sure that we went to college. This shit that happens in ICSE, most of the ICSE students drop out because they think that they've got enough knowledge. We make it to college because we know we don't have any knowledge.
Okay, I'm going to interject.
Really shitty marks.
Yeah.
I had really shitty marks because even with my best of 5, I was terrible with marks.
That's why you've just validated my point. We went to college and scored good marks because we knew that SSC screwed us over.
I didn't even do well in college. Like, I never did well academically throughout. Like, every piece of knowledge that I have, I've accumulated over time by reading stuff that I like to read and things that I am happy reading. Right? That very rarely happens in school because there is no curriculum to read stuff that you want to read, and whatever opinions, whatever etc. is thanks to my mom and dad's book collection. And just like we could actually literally use the word browsing to browse for things. Where you could pick up an encyclopedia, you picked up an R and you went to anything with R, you went to ramification and you could read about ramification. Today you have to know what you want to browse for when you go to Google. The closest thing that we had was StumbleUpon, but StumbleUpon was not really teaching you things. It was just like cool websites or really cool popular trends. So you can't browse unless and until you know what you're browsing for. By then, it's already lost its purpose.
See, the thing is, I didn't have to look up ramification because I was experiencing the ramifications of being an SSC.
He didn't even look up because you were talking about library. SSC was like, library hai kya ye school mein? Books hai ye school mein?
I
I
am
didn't
living
know.
with the ramifications. I understood ramifications. I didn't have to look it up. I experienced ramifications.
So did I.
I'll tell you, okay, I am team ICSE, and no, actually I don't know, because why am I saying this? Because I studied ICSE, grown up in a school which was extremely elitist. We had so I went, okay, now reveal. I went to St. Mary's ICSE. What was us? Right opposite was SSC. Every day in the school bus, we would scream, Mary's, ISC, bullshit goes to SSC. And that's it. And I have grown up with a hatred for SSC that I have absolutely no idea over. So if I were to say ICSE would be better than SSC, I would say no. But then again, the friends that I have made in school, the things that I have learned in school, the type of surroundings that I've had in school, I don't think I would have had it in SSC. So for me, ICSE all the way.
SSC prepared me for the future in the way that I could handle people trolling me from the elitist, from the bloody downtrodden. Like, it is just the horrible, like completely just dejected human pile and the people who are elitist. So I would handle the right and the left. I could handle the liberals and the right. It's just, it was that level of just walking down that perfect line. We were tightroping it for the rest of our lives, and that's what living is now.
So you mean, so basically you're trying to say ICSE teaches you to live a life that is SSC. That's exactly what my school taught us.
ICSE shitting on you makes you realize that, you know, at some point people are going to be shitting on you. You're going to have to jump into a pile of shit, and you're not going to wind up with an autograph from Amitabh Bachchan afterwards. So that is what SSC taught me.
Well done.
And ICSE taught me I could be Abhishek Bachchan and I will still not get an autograph from Amitabh Bachchan afterwards. Chat, let me know. What do you think? And by the way, sorry, Aadar, were you co-ed?
I was a boys' school till 4th standard and then co-ed. So that's why, yeah.
Are you team co-ed or team boys' school?
I was team co-ed any day, but co-ed from like right from the beginning. I really regretted being in a boys' school, and then when the hormones jab phatne lage, I was thrown into just, oh, girls.
Yeah, I was co-ed and I went to boys' school, which was just another level of hormones. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is a separate from I'll just explain how shady the boys' school experience was. We did a play in which one kid was supposed to be a dead body. And halfway through, he got a boner. That is like.
But chaddi to pehna hoega na. How is why isn't he wearing a chaddi? Why wouldn't he wear a chaddi?
I think he was in a shroud. So that's probably it.
Why isn't he wearing briefs? Like, somebody should enlighten these people about briefs. Or boxer briefs.
Neville, co-ed or all boys? What is your POV?
I think people should go to a co-ed school. I think that you need to have all genders available to you to experience, understand, normalize. It was very difficult coming out of an all boys boarding school to be able to talk to women and have the confidence to be able to do it. It's not like it was impossible, but
yeah, because all boys boarding, you don't meet girls outside also. Like, we could still go and to like fairs and meet girls.
Yeah, like, no, we would meet college. we would only meet them on Sunday evening in church, where you didn't really meet them, and then in fairs, in like inter-school fairs or inter-school things like that. So I think co-ed is extremely important to sort of grow up with, to be able to just understand and know what. Dude, just knowing that somebody in your class can have their period is very important to know that it happens in the 7th standard. You know, like you shouldn't, or whatever, like whenever it does, sort of.
Yeah, because for us, periods were 1st, 2nd, 3rd lunch break, 4th, 5th, 6th lunch break. That is how it was in school life. I'm telling you why I think a co-ed experience also is great. Not only, you're right, sexual knowledge, proper mental knowledge, as well as understanding what other people think of. I couldn't hug a girl till I was in the 11th standard. True story. All boys school, crazy shit happened. So I just feel I just feel that is exactly. Oh, okay, cool. So that's exactly what we need to do. All right, guys. If you guys want to know, let me know in the chat while you guys are saying. I think Aadar really needs to leave. So I'm just going to wrap up. Meanwhile, I'll quickly read the chat and I will discuss who is the winner. Thank you so much, Aadar, for coming.
Thank you so much, guys.
And thank you so much, Neville, for coming. Both of you guys, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed the stream. I really hope you guys had fun also.
I had great fun.
Yeah, and I will put the links to Neville and Aadar's channels. So please subscribe to the channels. And thank you so much for coming, Aadar. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Aadar.
Bye. Neville, stay with me for 5 minutes. We are quickly going to settle this debate. Here. Yeah, let's settle this debate. Okay. Team, who do you think won? Team Aadar, Team Neville, or which education was the best after all the discussion?
For a change, I think Aadar won, dude.
Yeah.
I think he actually flipped the argument pretty well. So I think Aadar won.
Let's say Team Aadar. So it's Team Aadar, Team Neville, Team Sahil. Which education do you think was the best in this debate?
I'm so tempted now to look at chats.
Now you can. We are done with the discussion. You can definitely go look at the chat, type stuff. Halfway through, I was looking at chat.
Chats, I'm looking at you now. Chats.
Chat, there is
say
proper
things about me.
Aadar. One Sahil, Aadar. One Neville, Aadar.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what? I agree. I also agree. I can't. What he said was so true. What he said was like, that's right. SSC prepares you for life. There's no better education than that itself, you know.
Correct.
You're not book smart. You're not street smart. If you're SSC smart, you're the best smart. I think that is the...
You're smart. That's really what
you do. Do you have any finishing statements?
So it's even fewer letters. So that's how, like it's a board of education in fewer letters, which is great.
It's the best thing ever.
No, by the way, I had like insane amounts of fun. I'm terribly sorry for being a daddy, and I'm terribly sorry for being like, you know, bringing the conversation back. But I get very excited about shit like this.
That's totally fine. See, when I say final thoughts, I don't mean about the stream. If you have any final thoughts about the education system in general, also, like, stream, acha tha, thank you. Good likes.
I think we need to considerably overhaul the education system, and I think we need to overhaul the education system from a municipal level, because the people with privilege, people who get to go to ICSE, SSC, boarding, not boarding, international education schools, walled off education schools, whatever it is that your choice of thing is. I think that at the municipal level, we need to sort of genuinely think, and this is a constant problem across all countries, except I think in the fucking in the Scandinavian countries, where teachers just really need to be paid money. Like, man, don't pay teachers. You need to be able to, like, you know, there was a conscription system that was proposed a couple of decades ago, where your college tuition would be paid for by the government. So whatever it is that you did, your college tuition would be paid for by the government. All you had to do was spend 3 years in a school as a teacher.
That's a great concept.
So it was sort of like a conscription thing. And because you did that, and it wasn't even like you had to do it 3 years in a school where because you would be visiting faculty, they would sort of figure out, you know, how it would be done curriculum wise. But that was such a great notion and a great idea. It was just flawed out because it was like, but after we study, we have to start working. It was because of brain drain. And of course, the most stupid excuse that I've sort of heard is to say that the teachers will be inexperienced. But you don't have enough teachers.
Teachers already are inexperienced. I have so many teachers who don't have basic educational qualifications. They've not even got the BA degree. I know a friend of mine who's gone abroad for a teaching degree, and he's staying there because obviously they respect the teachers over there. Which also brings me to a very important thing, that if you are watching this stream and if by any chance you are in school, in college, or even if you are going for online classes, wherever you are, just respect the teachers, right? These people are doing their jobs. You may not agree with them, you may agree with them. At the end of the day, these people are doing their best to, like as Aadar said, fight against a crowd of hecklers. So rather than being an heckler, just support them, because at the end of the day, I think everyone is trying their best. And I think everyone needs a little more cheering up and a little less dusters being thrown at their face,
right.
or juice or stuff like that. You're right, man. I swear, if I had, I'm not saying I had bad teachers. I think we had just bad students, and it was just the system overall. The system needs an overall teaching students. Everyone needs an overall, but again, that starts at a basic level that unfortunately we can't fix. But on a macro level, I hope as comedians we taught you guys something. I hope if that helps. Even if we taught you empathy, to all the 400 people watching, if you learned empathy, that is all that matters.
It's so unfortunate that empathy can't be taught, but jeez. Guys, just be nice. That's
Just
really
be
it.
nice, man. Just
I mean, be an asshole to the people who know you. You know, that's fine because they know you.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole to fucking Sahil in his DM, dude. Like, that's just fucking shitty.
It's okay.
Don't do
I
that.
make content out of it. Like even in chat, right? In the chat, there are always people who are so far. I'll tell you, I've got the nicest ever chat. The chat is always super nice, super friendly, enjoying. Like I'm looking at the chat right now. The chat is actually just having fun, which I really appreciate. Once in a while, there'll be this little chomia who'll come and say something stupid. That guy will be removed from the chat because we want to harbor like an entire area of positivity. But seriously, man, like the one thing that if I were to teach anyone, and I know I'm mentioning this, not empathy, but yeah, niceness. I think all of us need just a little more niceness in this world. I think all of us deserve it more than anything.
Yeah.
And that's the education system in overall, in general. That brings us to the end of the stream. Before we go, a few quick things. Number one, we had
all the super chats.
Sorry, I read all the super chats. We are at 889. So if we can hit 900, I'll end the stream. That's it. No more. I mean, I know I pushed it, but
889, if you're at 899, guys, 1000 ho sakta hai.
हो सकता है.
If it hits 1000, I will recommend 5 books that you can read. And I know the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of people keep asking me about books that you should read and want to read. I will recommend 5 books across 5 genres that you should pick up and that you should read. How about that? Let's get 1000 subs.
Okay,
1000 likes.
1000 subs, likes. Okay, all the people watching here, subscribe. And if not, let's press like. Let's do 1000. You know what? If Neville is up for it, we'll spend 10 minutes quickly discussing unpopular opinions in the chat. Chat, tell me, do you have any opinion about education that you want to share, or any opinion about school/college life that you would like to share? Please let us know. Till we hit 1000, might as well let's discuss a few. Let's see. Neville speaks so well. It's always great to hear him talk. You've got so many fans, Neville, in this chat.
I'm pretty surprised myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's seriously, everyone loves you. People are making fun of me and Aadar because we are idiots, but that's how we are as people. And everyone's like, Neville, hello.
No, that's because they don't know me. It's a projected performance of personality.
Yeah. Let's see what are the quick opinions.
For the amount of people who like me, it's very surprising. Sala, my Instagram doesn't grow only, like I grow at some point a day or something. Like
no one does. Every day I open Instagram, I see 500 people, 30 people, 40 people unfollow, and I'm like, why you do this? Why you unfollow? I'm doing my best to do work for you. I feel like a teacher. I'm trying to teach you. Why you don't like me? I'm doing everything.
I get that it is for me it's a little difficult to retain an audience because like I don't put out as much content as you guys because I have a fucking day job. But I understand that I do. But I'm saying even in comparison, like if someone's at 100,000, I should be at least 50. Utna to kaam karte. Like I'm saying, like, you know.
Instagram has reached this point right now where it is forcing people to post more so that it recognizes you as a person, which is kind of really bad for mental health. And I've spoken a lot about it and I don't want to get into it.
Even when I do Stream for Sanity, it's that. Like I try to do my Sunday AMAs as much as I can and then Stream for Sanity. Stream for Sanity's chat, by the way, Sahil, is beautiful. So I float a questions link, which you can stay anonymous on and post questions. Imagine I give that much power to people and there isn't trash in those questions.
I would like to come for that. Like someone asked me, someone quite young on one of the chats and messaged me saying, should we, what do you think about therapy? And I'm like, yes, I think it's needed. Like when we discuss the mental health in school, I agree. I would have loved to be sensitized at a young age where I would have understood what I'm going through, why I'm going through. More importantly, what is the effect of my words on other people? If I look at someone and say, hey, you gay guy, why are you acting so gay? I wish I had known the effect of my words on people. I wish I have bullied people because people bullied me. It's that nasty cycle that continues. I wish I had known the effect of things. And to anyone who may be watching, I'm so sorry. I really apologize for what I said in school. I was a stupid person.
I
still am, but
apologize for
better
anything
now.
I said till I was 36 years old. So I'm sorry. That's 4 years ago. So I'm sorry if for anything that I've said till February 10th, 2016, I made way too many blunders. So
I agree. Classic Neville downplaying how cool and knowledgeable he is, rooting for you on quizzing. Loving this stream. Thank you so much, Mrinalini. And Lakshmi again said Neville big fan. Lakshmi also was happy when you said Neville daddy. I'm a daddy. All right, guys, quickly. Till 1K, we are 50 away, but till 1K, quickly tell me unpopular opinion about school. Sing in school, pass this year and you're good for life is wrong. Learning and struggle. Someone said, the saying in school that pass this year and you're good for life is wrong. The learning and struggle adds up as we grow. I mean, that's not an unpopular opinion. That's just the reality.
ये कौन है जो एक बंदा जो डिसलाइक करके गया ये कौन है चूतिया
अभी क्या करे? There are people who do that.
There's one dislike. Like what a fucking dick.
But that's an amazing ratio, right? If you've got like 1,000 likes and 1 dislike, that is by far the coolest ratio that this channel has ever achieved. In fact, this stream also has the highest number of people watching also. So I'm really loving the chat. Someone had said earlier about uniforms, that the fact that uniforms kind of body shame people.
There's several concepts of uniforms. This is a global dilemma. Like in America, there's a whole your political policy depends on whether you need uniforms in school, because uniforms were considered to be like you have to be able to afford a uniform, you know. So it almost became a rite of passage of people, which made it exclusive, which meant that if you went to school in a uniform with private education, you had money to be able to afford it. And which is why public schools in America don't have uniforms. The other, the British side of it, or the classical notion of education with uniforms was what uniforms did is gave you a sense of discipline. It, on the other hand, democratized you because everyone wore the same thing.
True. But then why does it matter? Okay. I used to be called out because my tie was shorter than normal. I used to be called out because my shorts were longer than normal. I used to be called out because I don't get it. Why was that a necessity in school education? I agree. It was almost like you're part of a larger institution. You know, you need to learn how to follow the rules. But I think that's a dick behavior, right?
I think that came in because of discipline. Like we needed, like, you know, our nails cut, and you needed to make sure that you're like, we used to have inspections of nails, we used to have inspection of hair, we used to have inspection of like your uniform needed to be clean, shoes need to be polished, things like that. I think it was a matter of discipline, because we still follow the British education system through and through. And if you go to you go to Le Martiniers, you go to any of these colleges or schools or whatever, you will realize that there is an entire, and it was about making sure that you conscribed to an institutional philosophy, which required discipline. And that's where I think that came from. So there's various opinions on school uniforms that exist.
Happiest days in school were when it was your birthday and you could wear clothes, whatever you want. Those were the happiest days. And I have worn some really ugly clothes back in it. Hey, Pagans, you're scrolling. Okay, I'm finishing. Just 2 minutes.
All right, we are almost done.
We are almost done. I'm finishing. I'm coming. Yes. I'm coming. Just give me.
Yes, Ayush, that's what I've been looking at on my phone on the side.
Sparsh, I saw this thing, but again, that's not an opinion. That's just a fun fact that you're telling me about your friend. Uniform helped in ensuring everyone was the same. That's true. Everyone looked. What else? Come on, guys. Wait. I'm coming. Just give me 2 minutes, please. Okay, sweetie, 2 minutes. Okay. I'm going to read out. Okay. you
Come
have
on,
any
guys,
other?
we're about 25 likes away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
let's
now
go
forget
ahead.
it now. Finish it off. Otherwise, I'll end it. I'll have to really go. You guys, you have any other opinion that you have about school that you would like? Okay, forget opinions. You've gone too serious. Would you say your school life was great? That's it.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. I was bullied in school a lot.
Yes.
Uh, so I was because, and also it was boarding school. So for me, it was, I spent the first year feeling terrible about leaving home. Felt abandoned. In over the course of time and therapy and stuff like that, I've realized that that's where the root of my abandonment issues came from. But there were moments that were unforgettable. When I left school in the 10th standard, I was in tears because we didn't want to go. We were almost brothers because you've lived together literally for 7 years. In my case, it was 6 years. You've lived together, so you know each other inside out. So it was great in that sense. The camaraderie, we're still great friends. Pretty much all 23 of us. No, you muted yourself, Sahil, so it's great.
If you have a friend from school, that is someone you can never forget. Like school friends,
Yeah.
you never forget, especially when you meet. Like I met my school principal in a flight now. Obviously, he was not my school friend, but I was just like, oh shit, oh my god, it's you know.
Does this happen to you where when you meet a principal or a teacher from school, you almost become like more like
Yes.
I become straighter. Like I'm like, yes, sir. What's up, sir?
Yes,
How are you,
I
sir?
was like, so we again convent school, right? So we had a father, and we used
Yeah.
to call him Pops. That's how we used to do our school thing. So Pops is here. Oh, fucking Pops, useless Pops. But when I met him in the flight, I was just like, hello, sir. Hi, hello, sir. You remember me? I was captain. Hi, sir. And he's like, I have no idea who you are, and I'm like, that's okay, sir. I love you. And man, for me, yeah, that's right. I mean, school in retrospect, school was a fun life. Were you a popular kid?
Not in school, no. It took me a while to get popular. I got popular in post grad.
Yeah,
No,
I am.
in grad in college.
I am what I am today because I was not popular in school. I think that's what
Yeah,
a lot
think
of
so.
us are, what we are today. We desperate for attention, this desperate for like to na please, like to because school mein
How
like
far
nahi
are we,
milta
by the
tha.
way?
We are
How
at
far are we?
983. We are 17 minutes, 17
Guys,
minutes, I
come
said.
on, yeah. This is just embarrassing. 17 likes means just go to your parents' phone, take out their phone, and just type Sahil, and then just
Bagel,
do
come,
it.
give
No,
me
like,
your paw. I'm going to press like on Bagel. Bagel's going to just press like on this 991. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so sweet. Okay, Neville, the moment we hit five more likes, and then you have to give 5 books. And that's
yes.
what everyone is really keen to hear about. 998. 998. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Thank you, everyone. All
I
right,
love
no,
you. Chat, you are the best. You are so
yeah,
nice, so positive. 1004. Thank you so much. You guys, this really means a lot. This is the first time we've hit such a high number in an unpopular opinion stream.
you're
Let alone
welcome, Sahil.
watching. Yeah, thank you, Neville. Neville, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, please. Whatever you say, I agree. Now tell us, what are the 5 books you'd recommend?
So I'm not going to try and make it complicated. All right, there is definitely 3 books that you should be reading blindly. One is Catcher in the Rye. Uh,
Yes.
so definitely, without a doubt, please read that book by J.D. Salinger. Um, the second book that you definitely want to read is To Kill a Mockingbird. It is by far one of the most. Uh, it's such a beautiful book. It requires you to understand both sides of the argument. As you go through his dilemma, you sort of feel him torn apart in between two things. They're both American. In India, for India, you should read India After Gandhi by Ramchandra Goa. Please make sure you get a hand on that a book, because it is extremely important for you to understand the context of history in this country and things like that. Uh, uh, Noel Harari's
Obvious.
Sapiens
Humans.
and
Humans
Homo
by
Deus,
Noel Harari for
and
sure.
and 21 Things of a 21st Generation, or whatever, that last one. You definitely want to read that as well. There's Veer Das's, Veer Sanghvi's Mandate. There's Veer Sanghvi's Mandate that you want to read. Without a doubt, that's another book that you absolutely need to sort of read. I'm also trying to give you books that are sort of across the spectrum of things that you want. So just give me 1 second. I can't remember the name of
What
a
was the
book that
Veer
I was.
Sangvi book?
The V. Sangvi book is called Mandate. It's about the polity and the how the political system developed up to now from 75. So you get a lot of attention and stuff like that. A new book that I sort of read is called Vultures.
Okay.
It's written by Josie Joseph, who used to be a journalist.
Oh, I know, Josie. Okay.
So there's Vultures. You should be picking up books and essays by Noam Chomsky, Noam Chomsky. Read his views; they're genuinely forward-thinking. That's supremely important as well. I'm trying to.
By the way,
if you get-
Sparsh, sorry. Sparsh said, ask about 1984, and I have to say, if I were to give you a list, 1984 has to be your must read. You have to read it because you will understand the world that we are living in right now is exactly that. India can't get any more.
Animal Farm, 1984, without a doubt.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, if you just want to relax and have a fun time, because that just pushed me to writing.
So my three favorite books of all time are Catcher in the Rye, Kill a Mockingbird, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Those are my three favorite books of all time. I can reread them a million times. I think you want to also, if you really want to have some fun with historical fiction, try My Lady Jane or another book called Lamb, Lamb.
Yes, by Biff, the Bible according to Biff.
Yeah, the Bible, the Gospel according to Biff, Jesus' childhood friend.
Hilarious.
My Lady Jane is another book that you want to read. Anything else? Please, by all means, get your hands on the Mahabharata and please read the Mahabharata and get any edition of the Mahabharata and read the Mahabharata.
Even if you read the Amar Chitrakatha version, I had the Amar Chitrakatha version and it just made me realize, oh my God, okay, Indian mythology is amazing.
Yes. So, Mahabharata is pure storytelling. It uses every single tool that exists. Also, if you really are interested in books, on my Instagram handle, and I'm not doing it you don't need to follow me, just go to my Instagram handle. And over there in my highlights, there is a World Book Day highlight where I take you through what you should be reading across the years. I talk about it right from Poetics by Aristotle. So I start with Poetics by Aristotle and I go all the way to what current day India is. So please, by all means, try to go into my handle on Instagram. I am Neville Shah on Instagram. So
I'm typing that.
So there is a highlight there, and yeah, you can go through all the books that I talk about because I pretty much take you through the history of writing is what I've taken you through with my limited knowledge, of course.
I think that's the one thing that I thank education for, just the love of reading, the ability to read. Even if you force me to read stuff that I didn't want to read as I grew up, I'm like, you know what? I think you're right. Some of these things I have to read. So yeah, I think on that super sweet note, we shall wrap up. I've put your Instagram handle in the chat. I have a few quick announcements before we go. Just a few quick things. I'd just like to shout out to all the people who super chatted. Rohan, Shivam, Aisha, Anirudh, Pradnya, Sai Krishna, Ravesh, same thing. That's a funny name again. Lakshmi, Mrinalini, and in case I've missed anyone, I'm super sorry. I've tried my best to keep a track of everybody who super chatted. Number one. Number two, everybody who pressed like, everybody who stayed till the end, till this point of time, including Bagel, and everybody who is chatting.
Absolutely everybody.
Yeah, very few people remember that. Everybody who is... Bagel, 2 minutes. I'm saying something nice. Everybody who is chatting, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. JMDLR in the chat for every single person who stuck till the end. I love you guys so much. Two more things. Big shout out. Can we give a big shout out to Devesh Srivastav? He was the moderator for today's chat. So everybody please type Devesh JMDLR as well as just give a shout out to him. Neville, you can thank Devesh. He did a great job.
Thank you, Devesh. Devesh, you've been fantastic as a moderator. I've noticed. I've been watching your blue spanner do its job. So Devesh, thank you so much for helping us out.
And as usual, the legend Manav, who has started chatting and having a different conversation altogether. So
dude,
Devesh and Manav.
Manav, no, he's got his own fan base, dude. You have no idea. Manav has his own fucking fan base.
Manav,
Like
just
on
start
Tis, when he
streaming. Yeah.
moderates Tis, no?
Yeah.
You should just see he and Rupika on fucking the Tis moderation. They're insane. It's really great.
Manav has a fan base. When Manav comes, they're like, "Arey, Manav aa gaya." Like Manav should start streaming now. That's the next step. And on that note, before we go, a huge shout out to both my panelists. I know I said panelists. I seem like a news anchor, but I know Aadar is not here. But please, right? Aadar, JMDLR, and Neville. Please, write it in the chat. We are all reading. You guys, thank you so much, Neville and Aadar. You guys, wait na yaar 2 minutes.
Only if dogs could understand this.
I swear to God, just 2 minutes wait. Na bhai. But thank you so much, Neville. I didn't think this stream would last till so long, but wow, what a fascinating thing. Thank you
to talk
so much, and I love listening.
Okay, Neville Shah on Instagram. Bye, guys. See you.
Bye, Neville. Thank you. Bye. All right. Thank you so much once again. That's the final thank you from my side. A few quick announcements. We have hit 42,000 subscribers on this channel. Woo! And we will be, sorry for your headphones. We will be hitting many more soon. There are going to be a lot more unpopular opinion streams. There are going to be a lot more videos coming out, highlight videos and game videos. And yeah, my stand-up video on Ghosts is out. So if you haven't seen it yet, then please go and watch it. And last but not the least, thank you guys. I'm filled with so much love and affection for y'all. I feel so happy that people are watching this. And I really hope more than us, you guys got to learn something, and more than anything, you guys got to laugh. That's the most important. And if you did, let me know how the stream was in the chat. I'm reading your thanks, I'm reading your love, I'm reading everything. And on that note, have a fantastic week ahead, my friends, and I shall see you very soon for another stream. Till next time, J to the M to the day I said. That's why my education failed me. J to the M to the D to the L to the R. Good night, guys. Bye.